Good evening. This is Maestro Critello with the Dawn of War 2 Retribution Elite Modcast. Today we have a 3v3 on Typhon Arena. Our first player today is Commissar Sebastian Yarrick, playing as the Commissar Lord. A slightly tanky melee hero. He can buff his troops by shooting them in the head, and he also gets a free energy shield. Our next player is yet another Commissar. This one is not Deathcore of Freak, and this one is played by Sir Topi. Next up is Adila, who has disappeared. He is playing as the Eldar Farseer, a support hero who focuses on debuffing and buffing, as well as using some area of effect, control, and damage abilities. Next up we got Ace of Swords, playing as Sindri, Trollface, Chaos Sorcerer. The Chaos Sorcerer is a spell-casting hero as well, focuses more on damage and disabling and manipulation. We have a third Commissar, this one played by Commissar Lag. And then finally, we have Max Power, playing as the Force Commander. The Force Commander, tanky melee hero, can punch vehicles, can shake the ground with a Hammer of Thunder, can also teleport to make him like a jump unit. Alright, we see some Tactical Marines in green cover right here, using that little fire pit as cover, hiding behind it for warmth, and then shooting up some guardsmen. Guardsmen right here taking losses while these Tactical Marines are tanking a lot. But we have some support coming from Dire Avengers. This Dire Avenger squad has been buffed by Guide, so they are doing a lot of damage to that Tactical Marine squad. Tactical Marine squad now has taken some damage and needs to be a little bit more careful, but the Force Commander is going to lead in this time to draw some of the fire, while the Tacs and the Scouts actually go for the Sentinel, and the Sentinel is in a little bit of trouble right now. Oh man, just going for the Sentinel. Oh, and now we have some Guardsmen also in trouble. Guardsmen taking a lot of damage, and two Guardsmen squads have to retreat. Force Commander a little overextended himself, and I think the Force Commander might go down here just with how much he's overextending himself, and he absolutely will. Unfortunately, Max Power kind of losing track of things right there. But we do have the support of Commissar Lag right there, and he will probably be able to get that... Wow, a huge grenade. And that's actually going to be, I think, the end of this Guardsman squad, and yes, so Lag loses one of his Guardsman squad. Was that Lag? Did Lag have 3 Guardsmen again? But anyway, Lag should come over here, help his teammate, pick him up off the ground. And did I see? Yeah, I thought I already saw that the Commissar has already been upgraded to have the Aura of Discipline War gear. You know what, despite Commissar Lag took a Guardsman loss, and Max Power got his Force Commander incapacitating, but I actually feel the red team won this engagement down here very, very decisively. Meanwhile, up on top, it's Ace of Swords just capturing up the top with his units. He does have a very standard Chaos build of 2 Heretics, 1 CSM, and 1 Havoc, but otherwise not a whole lot seems to be happening down there. It's really going on down here. A Tactical Marine goes down, quite unfortunately, and oh no, we got suppression, and we're probably going to see some grenades go in as well. It's going to be really, really dangerous. Where are the grenades? They're just running up. I don't know what happened to those grenades. Alright, they're just attacking with range fire. Maybe they didn't have enough energy? I don't know, but they definitely could have gone for a grenade right there. Unless it was on cooldown. Multi-melta turret goes down as well. And now we do have the Deathcore of Krieg coming back up here. Yarrick with triple Guardsmen and an Artillery Spotter squad. I actually feel that could be kind of dangerous against Ace of Swords. Triple Guardsmen certainly going to be doing quite a bit of damage just because those are 3 squads. Commissar, meanwhile, coming around for a flank. I don't know if Ace of Swords spots it yet, and we also do have that Artillery Spotter squad. But actually, Ace of Swords repositions the Havoc, so he's actually able to cover the Commissar with the Havoc. Now, that being said, I feel like, oh yeah, I mean, at this point, I think Yarrick is actually getting a little overrun. Sorcerer's already in there. I was going to say the Chaos Space Marine should actually rush in, but it actually ended up not being necessary, although they certainly could have done that. With no Sentinel and no Catachans there to stop them, Chaos Space Marines should be able to just run in and force melee. Back down here, we have Sir Topi's Commissar down, and now it's actually the blue team who have pushed back in pretty nicely into the middle. We have, oh my god, that was potentially very dangerous. We saw the Farseer using the Ghost Helm to suppress those Assault Marines, and then he was going to try to go for a grenade, but then the Assault Marines jumped out of there. So a nice move. It was a nice attempt by Adila, and also a nice escape by Max Power. Oh, do we have... We have the Force Commander with the Storm Shield right there, and he was using that to help his Tactical Marines get in, but they... Unfortunately, he kind of left the Tactical Marines alone, and now they actually took a ton of damage and even lost one of their models. We got Guardsmen coming out of the Webway Gate, which is a little unexpected. They go back in. Unfortunately, that's going to give away the position of the Webway Gate. And that'll be the end of that Webway Gate. Back down here, more Guardsmen. Chaos now going down a little bit lower, but I think the red team now pulling ahead in VPs, in part because Ace of Swords has been pretty decisively keeping the natural VP for the blue team in the red team's favor. Look at the builds, though, from some of these players. We got double heavy weapon seams out of Sir Topi. Meanwhile, we got double artillery spotters out of Lag.
Great order received. Proceeding.
And we also just have a row of dead guardsmen. It looks like they were just on the firing line. And we saw, oh, that was a smoke shell to line the sentinel so it couldn't shoot. Although I still don't feel that was really worth it. We have some executed guardsmen right here, going to be doing going to have a 100% damage increase. And now we also have some heavy weapon teams. Unfortunately, both heavy weapon teams just got hit by that Commissar flare. Nevertheless, heavy weapon teams, that flare does not disable the weapon, it just reduces the range. So if you still just walk right into the firing arc, you're still going to get suppressed and shot, which is exactly what's happening. Sentinel, in a bit of a bad position, was getting a little caught on its friendly heavy weapon team. Luckily, there wasn't quite enough range damage to finish it off. We have a lone tactical marine kind of scouting ahead of the rest of the squad. Back up here, seems like some things are actually happening. Havoc does get hit by the smoke shell. Now, the smoke shell actually does prevent the Havoc from actually shooting its weapon. It's just completely blinded, so the Commissar or any unit can just walk straight in. And with this power sword, he's killing models off that Havoc very, very quickly. We do have some heretic infiltration right here. Havoc, it didn't open fire for some reason. I don't know why it didn't open fire. That is really, really unfortunate for that Havoc to not open fire. That really could have made a very big difference in that engagement for Ace of Swords. And now Ace of Swords is quite decidedly pushed back. But look at that long-range Doom Bolts, that long-range downhill Doom Bolts. And the Chaos Space Marines are still here. Need to be very, very careful, though. They're not going to win against... Oh, my God, and look at the fire damage. So the Flamer Guardsmen being put to quite good use there and just roasting those heretics. We have Flamer Guardsmen. Yarrick actually likes to get Flamer Guardsmen. Meanwhile, back down here, we have... it looked like we had a bunker right here. I think it originally belonged to Lag, but then I think Max Power stole it by putting his Devastators inside. It's now a Medi bunker. We got, this is Sir Topi coming in right here, setting up his heavy weapons team, and the scouts actually managed to close in without getting shot. Wow, I mean, the positioning that Max Power had allowed him to tie up both of those heavy weapons teams. That was pretty good positioning from Max Power right there, able to tie up both of those heavy weapons teams. But we often see this on this map, just putting a bunker here as Imperial Guard as a way of helping to lock down this bottom area. Meanwhile, over here we got... Oh, that's really, really bad. Doom Blast. That should be the end of this Guardsman squad. Nope. If we had some Dark Flames, but maybe Ace of Swords doesn't have the red. Ace of Swords did have the red. I think if he used Dark Flames, he could have finished off that Guardsman squad right there. All right. Ace of Swords, however, is going to get the natural VP back for the red team. He also has a Plague Marine squad, which is kind of a curious choice. And, oh man, we also have the Psychic Storm ability from the Farseer that was doing a pretty nice area of effect damage. Commissar Flares going in. And, oh no! Double grenades on that, doing really, really being very, very scary for those Devastators. And those Devastators lose 2 of their models. That was pretty scary. Still a lot going in over here, but there's a Commissar just tanking around everything. But yeah, he's eventually going to need to get out of there. as beastly as he is, and as quite ridiculous as that was. Chaos Sorcerer now has the Demon Armor as well as the Rod of Warpfire. Tries to use Warpfire against the Ogrins. Unfortunately, he kind of misses them for the most part. And it actually looks like Ace of Swords is not winning this engagement. I think he needs to be very, very careful with his... He might even lose this squad of Heretics right here. It's cutting it very, very close. I think it's actually just fortunate that the Ogrins kind of stopped chasing. They're trying to resume the chase, but they don't get it. That was kind of close. And now the Sorcerer... Now this is interesting, because the Sorcerer, he got the Demon Armor, because normally that's a very good choice against Imperial Guard. Now it would actually be better for him to get the Chains of Torment, or the Robes of Torment, rather, to deal with these Ogrins. He could, of course, also get the Icon of Tzeentch, which is very, very powerful against Imperial Guard. Alright, we got Assault Space Marines jumping in. That might actually be a wipe on this heavy weapon team, and yeah, that ended up being a wipe on the heavy weapon team between the Stern Guard, Hellfire Bolts, and Assault Space Marines doing a lot of work right now. They're going to wipe out that... Wow. And I keep seeing flames wherever those Assault Space Marines are going. There must be some coordination, but those Assault Space Marines just took out 2 platforms. Now we have Manticore strikes going in. Very, very dangerous, of course. Manticore right here. And the Devastator is shooting. We have an Autarch call in on top of that. Oh no. Doing a lot to hurt that Devastator Marine Squad. That Devastator Marine Squad has definitely had a few close calls, and I think these Dire Avengers were here ready to throw some more grenades as well. Oh man, now it's the blue team back. That's Sir Topi answering back with his Manticore. And I'm seeing all this. Oh my god, these Wraith Guard being absolutely devastating. Wraith Guard are right now pretty much unchecked. They're going to take out the bunker. Smart move. All right, now they finally have to go because there is a Force Commander here with a Power Fist who is going to tie them up. But so many nice plays going on. Manticore Strike goes in. Yarrick just full retreats out of there. Yarrick, it actually looks like, for a second, it looks like he had 4 Guardsmen squad. It was really just 1 squad of Artillery Spotters. But Ace of Swords might want to consider switching over to that Robes of Torment. Looks like Ace of Swords even lost the squad of Chaos Space Marines, and he probably lost it, to be honest, to those Ogrins. Oh man, this is so devastating. Oh my god. That Psychic Storm being so powerful, and I think Lag just lost the squad of Guardsmen from that Manticore Strike. And he's not happy about that Psychic Storm. Meanwhile, we're seeing a lot of the Incendiary Shell from the Artillery Spotters all around, and it's doing so much work. We have a squad of Guardsmen here nearly dead, but gets a heal from what? From, I don't even know. Got a heal. Just got a heal from something. I don't even know what he got a heal from. So many Manticore Strikes. Now Stormtroopers getting hit.
Roger, sir. They may have us here, sir. Processing the land. Sir, we're losing a victory point out there.
Wraith Guard is going to take some shots. And the Stern Guard veterans actually just retreat out of there. I was going to say, if they want to, man, and these bunkers are just not lasting anymore thanks to these Wraith Guard. Wraith Guard are just very, very powerful against Imperial Guard. Alright, meanwhile, back up here, more things are going on up here, as much as crazy as it is down at the bottom. We might have this Artillery Spotter squad get wiped. Alright, it'll probably get out of there just fine. Well, we do have a Dark Flames right now. Will that take him out? And you know what? I don't think that's going to take him out. Unfortunately, they still had a little too much health left, and they also did not run directly through the entirety of Dark Flames. We have an Autarch here. That Autarch was definitely used at some point to be used against that garrison with those grenades. And oh man, we have a Razorback. I feel that's like a relatively late Razorback.
The Commissar continues to improve.
Meanwhile, over here we have a heavy weapon team that's actually just deciding to bash generators. It's not a total waste of the heavy weapons team's time. It can definitely bash the generators quite adequately. It'll bash the generators, give the heavy weapon team experience, as well as giving the blue team red. However, need to react to that Manticore Strike so that the heavy weapon team does not get absolutely destroyed. Back over here, Farseer's in the midst with these guardsmen. But it appears the Farseer, oh, she does have an upgraded weapon. She has the Gravity Blade. It didn't look like she was doing that much. We're going to have a few things happening right here. Farseer clearly overextending. Needs to retreat the hell out of there. VPs are in favor of the blue... No, in favor of the red team. Yarrick, here's a tank, and we do have a Chaos Predator. Ace of Swords has, however, suffered some losses. I especially feel now... I feel like you still might want to get the Robes of Torment, because the Ogrins can actually kind of be threatening to a Chaos Predator. Especially now it's going to be a Nurgle Predator that... Oh, no, just kidding. He just went through all the different upgrades. Couldn't decide. Finally decided on Mark of Khorne, which... Well, I think it'll work out well. Commissars fighting each other in hand-to-hand combat. Neither one has an upgraded weapon, so this fight is ending up being relatively slow and boring. Just kind of hitting each other. Meanwhile, over here we do have Yarrick actually going down at the bottom to bash generators, and just retreats immediately when he sees that Manticore Strike. His Ogrins are getting jumped on, and they need to get the hell out of there as well. You know, we do see this Mark of Khorne Chaos Predator going to be doing some pretty nice damage. Here's the Farseer again. Are we going to see a grenade? No. Oh, through a grenade. We are going to see a grenade. It's just going to miss by quite a bit. Predator needs to be a little careful not to overextend. Although, interestingly, many of the blue team players don't really have much in terms of solid AV. Mainly we have the Stormtroopers. Certainly have to be concerned about the Ogrins. But relative lack of ranged AV and snaring AV. We have some Stormtroopers infiltrating. I don't know if Ace of Swords saw that, but he is backing up, so he probably did see it. And he infiltrates his Chaos Predator with Heretic Infiltration. Smart move. And now it can be very, very threatening. It can open fire under infiltration while also being somewhat safe itself. Unfortunately, the Havocs are not covered under infiltration. Better positioning with that infiltration to cover both the Havocs and the Predator. Alright, Havoc at this point I think needs to just back off. Oh my god, we now have the Fist of Brachus going to make all of these units invulnerable. They will take health damage, but they will not die until the Commissar either deactivates the ability or dies himself. Commissar is getting in a little bit of trouble right now. He should activate his energy shield. This Commissar also has stubbornness, so he's also going to be regenerating his own health, and there's definitely a bit of synergy there with him regenerating his health with his guardsmen, while at the same time making his guardsmen invulnerable. But Fist of Brachus has worn off. Ogrins now are in a lot of trouble and need to get out of there. We even have a Demon Shield to help protect these Stern Guard veterans. We're going to let a grenade fly. Stern Guard veterans get wiped entirely. Oh man, that was Max Power just not paying attention. Very, very unfortunate. VPs have evened out considerably. Red team actually now in the lead with 169 to 123 VPs. Alright, down here we have Executed Guardsmen. Oh, that's really, really bad. Executed Guardsmen, meanwhile, they might get hit by a Manticore Strike. Since Executed Guardsmen, of course, cannot retreat, so they could be in a lot of danger. And now we have another one of those incendiary shells. I've been seeing a lot of those incendiary shells this game, and they've been doing very, very well. Commissar Leg is working on a Bane Blade. Alright, just finally a lull in the action. Get to relax just a little bit. Got some fully infiltrated scouts from Max Power. And these guardsmen, they're going to be okay. They're going to get out of there. Lehman Russ driving around. The Lehman Russ, right now, it still has its default battle cannon. I can finally, at this point, distinguish between the default battle cannon and the Vanquisher cannon. This is still the default battle cannon. Meanwhile, back up here, Commissar Yarrick still doing what he's doing with that Commissar. I think he should maybe activate his shield, though, to make the Commissar a little tankier, as I believe, unless, yeah, I think his shield is active right now. And, whoa, we even had subjugated Ogrins, but unfortunately the subjugated Ogrins did not actually do that much. Ogrins were subjugated. Where's the Chaos Sorcerer even? He is right here. I didn't realize he's right here. And, oh my god, things are now going, now it's not going too well for Yarrick. Things just dying. Definitely just saw a burst of all this +3 and 1+7. What did he lose? Did he lose an artillery spotter squad? I don't even know what he lost. Or did he just lose a bunch of guardsmen? But what was the +7? Oh, look what I caught. Well, that would be, I think these stormtroopers are trying to hunt down this Manticore. And they don't see it yet. Oh, now they're going to find it. So we have something going on down here. I think, is that going to be Emperor's Wrath? Meanwhile, over here, this is going to be the end of this Manticore. That's it. Manticore is done. We got some Terminators now rushing in, also along with some Assault Marines. And wow, look at how quick these Assault Marines, especially now that they don't even need to, now that they're leveled, they don't even need to wait for their energy to regenerate to do a second jump. They just need to wait for the cooldown, which appears to be quite shorter than whatever it takes for the energy to cool down. That being said, Assault Marines now in a lot of trouble and actually get wiped. Just too much range fire here from double Plasma Guardsmen, some Flamer Guardsmen, and the Chimera. We even have a las cannon heavy weapon team taking shots at this Chaos Predator. Did not even see that. My god, just shooting through all this, just shooting over the hill, just map hacking and wall hacking. Now we have a great unclean one from Ace. VP's pretty even at 109 to 103, 1-to-1 cap. Blue team about to get this top VP up here. I think the engagement is now going to happen down here. Commissar mines have been dropped at some point, which can be very, very deadly in combination with a Manticore strike. Mines going off since they have not been detected. There's that artillery shell again, and actually being used very well in combination with the suppression of the mines. Wow, is this squad going to get wiped? No way. Does not get wiped, but came very, very close to it, and just so much happened to it before it could even do anything. Oh, Autark goes down to the Great Unclean One. Alright, now, oh, there goes Cleansing Flame. It's doing a lot of damage, but the Guardsmen are still living because Fist of Brachus is active. The main thing I think he needs to do is, wow, I mean, look at all the fact that the Guardsmen are not dying because of the Fist of Brachus. Now they are, however, oh my god! All those Guardsmen died. Just the way those Guardsmen died right there. Unfortunately, they do take health damage when the Fist of Brachus is active. They were surviving for so long, but they were taking health damage, so eventually they did die. Alright, meanwhile over here, what's going on up here? Great Unclean One now definitely not in a good position. Avatar goes for a Wailing Doom. But it looks like the VPs are going to tick down in favor of the blue team unless the red team can make something happen. They need to get one of the caps. Another squad dies right there. But I don't think they're going to get anything in time. Baneblade taking shots, but too little, too late. Manticore also going to get killed. Manticore will probably go down. Maybe? No. The Avatar is sync killing something. Oh, Manticore does. Was that some friendly las cannon shots? Alright, but that is nevertheless the end of the game. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good night.